Show Tour, starring Jacksepticeye. Also starring Jacksepticeye. Written and directed by Jacksepticeye. For the first time ever, Jacksepticeye. In a live show so spellbound, so mesmerizing that people are being banned from seeing it a second time out of fear of their health. So, sit back, strap yourselves in, and finish your conversations. Yes, I do mean you two there in the middle row. Yes, stop talking. And get ready for a night full of laughs, tears, happiness. Hi, why did it cut to me? What happened to the rest of the video? What? What are we gonna do now? Do we have a backup? Can we get it rolling again? Oh God. Okay, well, this wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, hold on. Look! Shiny keys! Shiny keys! No? Fine. How about this guy? No! He's proud. Little lamb, little lamb, How to entertain a live audience. Create the illusion of direct eye contact. Is it working? Okay, I'm gonna start drawing a picture, and you guys have to guess what it is. None of these things are working, and we're not getting the video back up. So, let's make a deal, okay? How about this? If you come out from behind your screens, I'll come out from behind mine. Deal? Little green lights. How are you guys doing? No, seriously, one by one. How are you doing? How's it going? Good, hungry, yeah? Tired, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll try and perk you up pretty soon. I didn't even say anything cool yet, but thanks. Keep that going, my self-esteem will be huge by the end of the night. Seriously though, thank you all so very much for coming out here tonight. It really means a lot to me that you'd all actually come and spend your evening here with us. It's going to get real fucking weird. Good God, people are all the way up in space up there. I didn't know Texas had a space program. Multiverse theories, okay. We'll try and get into it. Well, welcome to the How Did We Get Here tour. This is the second show of the entire run that we're going to do, so it's still fresh, it's still new, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to try my best. Well, hang in there, we'll get through the night together, but this... What? Tell me to do, so I can't do it. So this is a show that we spent a lot of time trying to come up with. We tried to come up with a lot of different ideas, and some of the ideas seemed like they could work. Like coming up and just like doing the Let's Play thing for an hour and a half, but it didn't feel right. It felt like, why pay to come out to see that, right? Like, I know you would pay, but I don't want you to. So we tried to craft something a bit more, something that was a bit more personal, something that actually felt like something that was kind of an extension of who I am as a person already. And I think we came up with a really good show. Hopefully you guys like it. So, the name of the show is How Did We Get Here? And it's a very personal journey. We're going to go through some different parts of my life. And it's not just my journey, it's all of our journey here together. Every one of you who are here are all part of this community as well. I just get to be the one who stands up on stage and talks about it. So because this is a more intimate affair, and because this is a more personal experience, we wanted to do a thing where everyone kind of puts their phones away and everyone just kind of sits and listens, and we all get into a nice atmosphere together, and we all just share some feelings. Hi, I'm Sean. Thanks, guys. I don't have any problems, I'm just saying what my name is. But, for the next couple of minutes, just so we can get it out of the way, we're going to do some stuff where we take some posed shots. So if you want to take some pictures now, we're going to take some really cool looking shots. So you can all take out your phones, your iPads, your Nintendo DS. I don't fucking know what kids use. So let's do some poses. Let's start off with a classic like Top of the Morning. Just okay, that one didn't really sell the crowd too much. But what else? I'll just pretend I'm like a freaking rock and roll star, just here playing my guitar, just rocking it out. This is my sullen, pensive moment where somebody will just look at this and think that shit just got real. Just thinking about sandwiches. I love tacos as well. They're awesome. But what else can we do? Just a nice sexy pose, just... Told you it was going to get weird. This is my showing my ass pose. I'm joking. Okay, now that we have the weirdness out of the way, let's actually start the show. I promise, this is not all it is. So, I talked about it being somewhat of a journey to get here to this moment. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. Billions and billions of years ago, the universe burst forth from the birth canal of life. No, just 28 years ago, a different kind of Big Bang happened, which I burst out into the world. I tried real hard during that birth, guys, thanks. It was just as loud as a Big Bang, anyway, that's for sure. But I was born into a family of 6 other people. I was the last one, which can probably tell you that I probably wasn't supposed to happen. But I was born in, and I was the baby of the family. Is there any babies in the family here? Yes, my people. You know what it's like to be the baby of the family then, if you have older brothers and sisters. You cry, you get anything you want. You can go out there and you can be like, Mom! Eat me! Buy me a PlayStation. But, you also know that it's the worst thing in the world. If you have older brothers and sisters, because anything you do, you look wrong at them when you're eating your cornflakes in the morning. You were just about to get a big... You're going to get a box across the back of the head if you looked at your sister wrong. Hated her. And in my family, because we're all Irish and we're all talkers, in the middle of any sort of conversation, I had to like weasel my way into any conversation. Talking was like an Olympic sport in our house. And I was going for gold.
And I think that's where my love for being the centre of attention sort of started. Being in a house of 20 drunk Irish people, and me being 10 years old, just sitting there like, this is great. And anything I said was just super witty. I was super clever, I was super quick. I mean, it could have been shit-faced, but I just like to think that I was hilarious. And I grew up in a really, really small town called Cloughan in County Offaly in Ireland. So it's a weird sounding place. It sounds like the sound an old man makes when he sneezes. Try it with me. You can all be Irish people tonight. Say Cloughan. God bless you. And it was a really, really small town. Like, there's what? Like a couple thousand people in here tonight. The town I grew up in had less than half the people who are here in it. It was a really, really small village. And like some of my best friends and some of my earlier childhood memories were from there, mainly because that's where my childhood took place. But it was like at the time, it was a super religious like village, as most places in Ireland were at the time, still are. But we used to go to mass every single weekend, and like every Saturday night, and all the town would turn out for mass. Like 200 people would be in this church. Like a third of the whole population of the town was in this church. The others would just come the next morning on Sunday. So the whole town would go to church every weekend, and me as a 10-year-old, I was getting a little bored of mass. I was getting a little bored at church. I was like, I've seen what the priest has to do. I know his gimmicks. I know his tricks. So I decided to spice my life up a bit. I decided, I'll go to mass, okay, I'll play a game, but I'm going to be an altar boy. I thought that would really change up the experience and make life a whole lot better if I was an altar boy during mass. It would be a completely different scenario. So, one time, being an altar boy at mass was where I had my most embarrassing experience that I have ever had in my entire life. Okay, I'll paint a picture for you. Okay, hold on. Take out your imagination brushes for a minute. During one of the great sessions of Mass, I think it was a lovely summer Saturday evening, the priest was here, that's a priest, short priest, but whatever, and at the side of the, I was going to say the side of the stage, the side of the altar, it was the priest's stage. At the side of the altar, we would just kneel down, and we would just be like listening to the prayers, and we would just be waiting for our cues, sitting on our marks, getting ready to go. And then the priest was in his zone. He was doing his communion, as he does. And every now and then the collection plates would go around to try and take some donations for the church so it could stay up and running. And normally the collection plates are right over here where these beautiful people are. And they would be on this baptismal font, you know, where they take the baby's heads and here's your name. And they're there all the time. 99% of the time, they were always there. Never fail. I've seen this 1,000 times. I knew what to do. I was in the zone. I was ready. The priest gave me the nod. And I was like, I got you, Father. Don't worry, fam. Oh, shit. Where are they? I don't know. They're supposed to be there. I can't see them. And my friends were over kneeling down just going... And the priest didn't care. The priest was in his zone. He was doing his prayers. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, blessed in Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. He was no help. So then, suddenly, out of nowhere, came my sister's husband's father. I don't know. He came up, and he must have pulled the collection plates out of his ass. They just appeared out of nowhere. He's the one who normally does it. So he handed them to me. I was like, thank you. I just handed them back to him. My part was done. But that was the first time I ever got any sort of like stage fright where everyone looked at me and just didn't know what to do. And the funny thing is that the man, my sister's husband's father, his name was Jimmy Christie. J. Christie. Jesus Christ himself came down that night. And shone a light on my life and helped me. very dark side to it. We loved our mass and we loved our church, but we also did something freaking weird, which was the biggest night of any night in Cloughan was New Year's Eve, which it is in most towns. Most places New Year's Eve is a very big event. But in Cloughan, okay, I should preface this. I'll give you a picture of what Cloughan is. The church where shame happened was over here. And then we had a roundabout in the middle of it. You know what a roundabout is, right? Okay, thank God, we're all in familiar turf here. We had a roundabout which was called the Square. Irish people. They have no idea what's going on. But on this square, I didn't know my shapes when I was growing up either. It really messed me up. But on this square were 5 roads like coming in and out of Cloughan, and that was what people said was the best thing about Cloughan, was the 5 roads that led away from Cloughan. Because no one stayed in Cloughan. If you stayed in Cloughan, you were gobshite. Anyone who just went through Cloughan and went somewhere else that was better. But on New Year's Eve, we would do this thing where we got these pitchforks. Okay, we got a sod of turf. You know what turf is?
Yes!
Do you know actually?
Yes!
That's impressive. For me, listen, no, turf is stuff that you just dig out of a bog, and you throw into a fire and burn. It's nothing special. It's very Irish. So we take these sods of turf, we would just plonk them on the top of the pitchforks. Then we would light them on fire. Just get a bunch of lighter fluid and light them on fire. 2 lads would stand with these pitchforks either side of them. One guy would be on a fiddle, and another guy would stand here with an accordion. And we would play music, and single file, we would all line up behind them, like the entire town. And we would all walk down each of these 5 roads playing music. It was like some sort of pagan ritual. It was like we were trying to summon the Antichrist. And to me, growing up, I was like, good old Cloughan, here comes that tradition again. Love that. I love when they light the turf on fire. And it was only when I got older, I was like, that is the weirdest thing. Any town, anywhere, ever. Imagine if you were driving through Cloughan on New Year's Eve. You just saw the entire town out with pitchforks on fire, playing music, and everyone drunk. That is not a good sight. That is a terrible sight. But as weird and as religious as Cloughan was, it was home, it was my childhood. It's where I had some of the best memories that I've ever had growing up. And the main reason for that was this lovely tree that was down the end of one of my fields. And I used to throw a rope up over that, and I would swing out of that every evening. I would go home and I would pretend I was Spider-Man, just flying back and forth and back and forth. Could have been Spider-Man. But at one point I was doing it. I was going back and forth, giddy as all hell. And J. Christ came back up. Came up the field, and I was like, what's up, J-Dog? I wish I was that cool when I was 10. But he came up, and like some sort of like Irish crocodile Dundee. He looked up at my rope and was like, that's not a rope. And then left. So I was just standing there with my feeble limp rope in my hand, like, what's he talking about? That was pretty good, I was looking cool. That was awesome. And he came up with this giant, thick rope. Oh, damn, she's thick. And I just swung all day and night. And I was like, thank you, personal Jesus. But on this tree as well is where we had our childhood treehouse. Well, it wasn't our treehouse, it was somebody else's treehouse from before. We kind of took it over. We were a bit of a gang. We were pretty devious. It didn't have a roof on it though, which was a shame in Ireland. But me and my friend Porrig and another Sean, there's a lot of us in Ireland, we would sit in that treehouse and we would come out with our Game Boys. Remember Game Boys? We used to play those, and one day I was sitting in the treehouse waiting for my friends to show up, and Porrig came out of nowhere, looking a little different. He was a lot more smug looking. He had a bit of a walk on him. He was kind of just like, I was like, well, what's going on? And he showed me that he got in Pokemon Red. sitting there like, who does this smug douchebag of a 10-year-old think he is? Walking down to my treehouse with Pokemon Red. What I really kind of said was though, oh gee, that's great, best friend. So happy for you, and I don't want to throw you out of this tree. What I also said was, oh yeah, that's cool, I got Pokemon Blue. Yeah, I got Pokemon Blue, yeah, my mom got it for me. She's not here right now. I should preface this. My mother was in China at the time. She had helped out the Irish Wheelchair Association, so she was helping people in wheelchairs with disabilities, and they went on a retreat. I let her know that you all clapped for her. She went on a retreat to the Great Wall of China, and she came back, and all of a sudden she was like, I brought home a gift for you. I was like, oh, sweet. And she pulled Pokemon Blue out of her pocket. I had no idea that any of this was happening. I just lied to my friend. I wanted to look cool. So when she pulled Pokemon Blue out, I cried. As you do. I was 10, I didn't know what feelings were. Just call me a loser. Told ya. Pokemon Blue wasn't lying. He was like, yeah, I believed you. So, because the game meant so much to me as a child, I thought it'd be fun if we all played some Pokemon Blue here tonight together. The kicker is, though, is that one of you get to play Pokemon Blue here tonight. Vernon here.
Oh, hey.
He's going to go down into the audience and pick out somebody to play Pokemon Blue with us. How are you guys doing? Seat. This is your night, my man. You are the lucky winner of a brand new Ford Toyota. Ford Toyota is not a thing. Okay, this is your mic. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Liam.
Liam? Nice to meet you, Liam. Give it up for Liam. I love you, Liam. You have already won over the crowd. Now, Liam, you get to be the YouTuber here tonight. This is going to be your very own personal Let's Play. Okay? No pressure. Shh, don't scare him. Do you have a YouTube name by any chance? Dork?
Yes.
Dork Ark? R. Dork R. I think I got that right. Okay, Dork R. Do you have a catchphrase for your YouTube channel? Woman of the Year! I think I've heard that somewhere, Dork. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how we do this. That's a long one. Okay, the idea here is that we're all going to chant Woman of a Dub Dub together. We have to do it in a way that's... Okay. Woman of a Dub Dub! Woman of a Dub Dub! Woman of a Dub Dub! Nice! I kind of would turn into Woman of a Dim Dab after a while, but okay. Okay, Dorkar, it is your time to play some Pokemon Blue. Now, for the sake of time, like a good cooking show, we have selected a Pokemon for you already. To fit the theme of green, you're going to be picking Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur.
Should have picked Squirtle.
I mean, your name is Jack. I couldn't figure out, I don't know whose name's going to come up, okay? I had to pick mine. Oh, this Pokemon is really quite energetic. That's great. You have a rival, though. Oh, wait, do you want to nickname your Pokemon first? Oh, he's in it. He's stone cold. Okay, keep it clean, Dorkar. You're not going to spell yes, are you? That was even better. Okay, yeah boy. Before you go any further, you might have noticed that the name of your rival is called Life. But sometimes life is our enemy. Sometimes life is our greatest enemy. So you gotta go up against life. Walk away from life. You don't need it right now. I mean, you kind of do. But wait, Jack. Let's check out your Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Hire me for voice acting, please. Rival life would like to battle, as it often does. Rival life send out laziness. Okay, yeah, Oak, we get it. We know how to play Pokemon. Come on, Oak's old. He doesn't know what's going on. So as with all of our lives, sometimes life throws us a curveball, Pokeball, and sends laziness out on our faces. So what do we gotta do? There you go, we gotta deal with that laziness. You may have laziness life, but we've got your boy. Come on, Oak! We don't need your life story. Alright, what are you gonna use against it? There you go! Your boy used Razor Leaf.
That should have been okay.
It's not very effective. It's dead. It was extremely 100% effective. Full laziness fainted. That's ironic. What else is life going to throw at us? After you overcame laziness, you got some experience.
Depression!
Boredom. They go hand in hand, laziness and boredom. What are you going to do to boredom? There you go. Your boy used Razor Leaf again. Look at boredom there with his smoke screamers.
Key lesson, use Razor Leaf on all your problems.
Ooh, life sent out fear. It's not that scary. It's not that scary? You're not afraid of fear? Nice. It's not very effective. We are the fear now. What's the real experience? But life has more to send out. They need to go up against doubt. Look at that doubtful bunch of eggs. What are you going to use? There you go.
I'm gonna just keep spamming.
Dude, it's your let's play. You can do what you want. Do you want to keep spamming it? Then go ahead. The last enemy you have to go up against, life's biggest foe, is rent. What are you going to do against rent?
Sweet scent, obviously.
Put a load on it. You can do that, or you can Razor Leaf like you just did. There you go. You have just defeated Rent. Take the battle, Dorkar.
No.
You have just overcome all the obstacles. Sam for president? Getting a sense for what the theme here is tonight. That was Act 1. That was childhood. Now we move on to Act 2. Teenagehood. Any teenagers here tonight? Okay, relax guys, it's not all about you, okay? Obstacles. It threw a lot in our face. It tried to get us down, but we overcame them. Like Dorcart did, if you fight and persevere, you can overcome the obstacles that life puts in front of you. And you can make it on to the next step. Teenagehood. Ooh. That's a bad bastard of a time. That's a scary time, let me tell you. But teenagehood was when I started going to secondary school, or I guess what you guys would have like middle school, high school, that kind of thing. And that was where the Jacksepticeye name was actually born. Do any of you know the story of where the name came from? Okay, so for like the 10 people who don't know. When I was in secondary school, I had a friend named Paul. And Paul found out that my mother had called me Jack. Because apparently Jack is a nickname for Sean. I don't know. Sean is Irish for John, Jack. I don't get it either. Irish people, am I right? So he used to call me Jack as some sort of like mama's boy joke. Like he found out my mother called me and he was like, ah, Jack. I'm like, got him. I'm gonna reel from that. I'm gonna need therapy after that one. But one day we were out on the playground. We were having a wonderful game of football. Soccer, sorry. It was a beautiful sunny day outside. It wasn't. Everybody was out on the pitch watching us play football. They weren't. But I had set my sights. I was reaching high. I was a young bucko, full of testosterone, ready to go, ready to take on the world. I was about 125 pounds at 12 years old. I was a huge lad. I was a great strong boy, and out on the playground I thought I tested my worth. The ball came towards me. I shot into the air like some sort of boyhood astronaut. Up into the air I went, lovely blonde hair flowing through. I went to header the ball. I saw the goal in the distance. I was going for all the glory. Went up to header it. Something else had happened at that time. Somebody else had ambitions similar to mine. Somebody else wanted to be part of the Ireland space program. They flew up alongside with me. I should mention they were wearing a pair of glasses. And I'm no scientist. But mass times acceleration plus really sharp pair of glasses to my face equals really fucking bad. Explosions occurred. Another universe was born. I burst like some sort of human jam donut. Blood streaming down my face. Half my vision was red like a pair of really shitty old 3D glasses. I fell to the ground. Some people gasped. Some people cried. The older kids were like, who the fuck is that again? Fell to the ground, reeling in agony. I was brought into the nurse's station. Well, we didn't have a nurse's station. We had a teacher's room that had a box of Band-Aids in it. We couldn't afford much in my school. But after that had happened and I healed up all nicely, stronger than ever, I came back and I had like a bit of a wound on my eye. And it was all green and infected and it was just gross. And my friend turned to me and started to call me Jacksepticeye. And he thought that was great. He thought that was really going to get under my skin. Who's laughing now? MySpace. You remember MySpace? Poor MySpace. MySpace didn't even get a funeral. No one showed up for MySpace's death. Sad. They have an app? Who cares? Anyone still use MySpace?
Let's bring it back.
Also in my teenage years, that was my adventurous phase. That was when I thought I was going to make it big. Like most teenagers, I decided to start a band. I thought I was going to make it big. I thought I, alone, was going to be the next Linkin Park. I started to play guitar, because I wanted to be one of those guys, you know, one of the guys that's always at the party, sitting by the fire with his guitar, just be like, I care about my feelings, because I play guitar. I was like, wow, he's so sensitive. He's so mature, he just likes to write about poetry, cats and dogs, I love him. Sadly, I did not have the brain for guitar. I have the attention span of a spoon. I was not very melodically gifted to try and figure out how the chords and the fingers and everything work. So thankfully drums were a natural fit for me. I could just bang on those bad bongos all day. Didn't care. It didn't have to be music. In here it was music. Funnily enough, yes, that is a band. Love them, but that is true. But my brother used to play drums when I was younger, and here's where the real kicker is. I thought they were too loud. Isn't that the height of irony? He used to play them like every evening after work, and I'd be coming home from school, and the school wasn't that far from our house. So as soon as I left, I could hear these drums in our bedroom. And like some sort of war march, they just got louder and louder as close as I got to them. Leaving school, it was just... We get close to my friend's house, good old Porrick, and we'd be walking down and then... And I walked past my bedroom, and here was this guy, more hair than man, going nuts like Animal from the Muppets behind... I'd be like, oh God, stop, just move out, just go away. No one cares. You're not going to be the next Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Just move out. Years later, I decided to pick up drums for myself. And my good friend Porrick, you all know Porrick from Pokemon fame in Act 1. Still not over it. He decided to pick up bass. Because like me, he wanted to play guitar. He wanted to be the guy at the party. He wanted to play all the songs. He didn't have the brain for it either, so he picked up the simple man's guitar. Bass. Oh, some people don't like that joke. I was a drummer, what do I know? But we would play, at the time, I remember the very first moment I wanted to play drums was when I was at home and I was watching MTV when they actually used to play music videos. Remember it was called music television and not Kardashian TV? But Green Day had come on the TV at one point. And the song that was out at the time was Wake Me Up When September Ends. And I remember, anyone who plays drums or like plays instruments at all or anything knows that the drums of that song are not that hard. But I remember the first time I heard them, I was like, I can do that. I don't need a drum kit, I don't need to learn, I don't need anything. Like I can do that in my head. So I was in my room just trying to play a semblance of drums, but when I finally got my own drum kit, me and my friend Porrick used to play in our shed, and much to the dismay of our neighbours, we would be banging all day and night. Okay, I don't want a fucking policeman to come through the door. We were playing music all day and night. Well, I think we were playing Green Day songs. To us, it sounded like music. I'm sure to everybody else, it didn't sound like music, but we thought we were going to make it big. But at that moment, my life kind of took a 180 direction. It took a complete different trajectory. Because when you're young, and when you live in a small village, when I went to secondary school, we went from a small village of like 600 people to a bigger town, where I went to school and I made a bunch more friends. And the thing is that you're supposed to go from small village, big town, play the music, go to college, become something big and move on and move to the city. That's what everybody always thinks is going to happen to them, but that didn't happen for me. Do you want the mic? Do you want to do the show? You seem to know my life better than I do. It's okay, man. I ate a bad breakfast this morning too. But I ended up moving to a town called Ballycumber, which, if anyone knew Ballycumber, they knew that that's where old people go to die. And me as a teenager at that time moved completely away from my friends. I moved to a log cabin in the middle of the woods. And the thing everybody always tells you is that when you're going to move, if any of you have ever moved, it's always a case of like, it doesn't matter if you're leaving your friends, you're going to make new friends. But that never happened for me. When I moved to this cabin in the middle of the woods, there was nobody around. There was no people around for miles and miles. The closest we got were a couple of sheep out in the field. And I just completely, introverted into myself. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where I was going in life. I had started college. I went for 2 years for music production, and I thought I was going to do something in that. But when I was there, I realized that I don't really do well academically. I don't really focus. I can't study well. All the people in my class were doing incredibly well at the course. I was just failing at it. I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't go back for my last year, and everybody else had kind of moved on with their lives, and I just fell into this hole that I did not know how I was going to get out of. And thankfully, we had finally gotten the internet at our house, and I started looking into a website called YouTube for the first time. I loved video games, almost to a fault. It was a case of, if my friends were asking me to go out to do something, I was like, I kind of don't want to, and I just stayed at home and played video games all the time.
Dark Souls!
And then, I used to play Battlefield 3 a lot.
Dark Souls!
And then I ended up going onto YouTube, and I wanted to just get better at the game. I just wanted to figure out how I was going to get better at the game, and how I was going to kill more dudes in the game. And I ended up coming across this channel called Level Cap Gaming. And it was so bizarre because I was watching him and he loved what he was doing. He was really into it. He knew how to play the game. He was really good at it. And then all of a sudden he uploaded this video one day saying that he did YouTube as his job. And that to me absolutely blew me away. That somebody could sit at home all day and just play video games and do it as a job. And at the time I didn't think I was going to do it as a job. I never intended on doing it as a job. I just saw this part of him that brought together this community over something that he loved. He loved playing video games. He just wanted to share it with other people, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I had no friends at the time. I had nobody to talk to. Nobody shared the same interests as me, and there was nobody around for miles. So I went to YouTube to try and be my outlet, to try and get some more friends, to try and get people to listen, to try and get people to share in this love of video games that I had. Thankfully, it seems to have worked out. There was a video game that kind of resonated with me a lot because, like me, I was trying to overcome this huge obstacle in my life. I was dealing with myself in complete isolation and had nobody else around for miles. And that game became my favorite video game of all time, which is Shadow of the Colossus. So much to me at that time in my life. I thought it'd be fun if I could share that with some of you and get somebody to come up and play Shadow of the Colossus with me.